This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combines. You have the thinking class. Join us today as we talk about the aftermath. Jada, Jada, what do we do with you? What do we do with you, Jada? What do we do with you, Jada? Oh my God. There's so much commentary that I can give on Jada Pickett Smith. But today we're going to talk about Jada today on Women's Wednesday here on the Thinking Class. This is going to be interesting. Please, please, you may think I'm talking about you. I may be talking about you. So let's get started right now. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Let's begin the show. Everybody know what happened already. It took place. Will Smith, Chris Rock, and Jada Pickett Smith. There's so many layers to this that we can go on, we can talk about. But let's talk about it. Let's have our own red table today with Jada Pickett Smith, or Jada Smith. I'd rather call her that. Interesting because I remember her back in the 90s. I think it was Boys in the Hood or whatever movie she was in, and Jason Lear. That's when I first seen Jada, was in Jason Lear. And in Jason Lear, I was like, oh my God. She's beautiful. Look at her eyes. And also before then, I seen her on A Different World. She was on A Different World then. I forgot about that. She was on A Different World. And I remember seeing her, as a, fan, just watching the movies and watching A Different World. She had the look, she had the cut, she had the little fiery, but she was still very, very sensual, you know. But there was something about Jada that I mean, at that time in my life, and at the time, people that were around, everybody say, "Hey, Jada, she's nice." Then, as you seen around you, you see certain women that would try to emulate at that time back in the '90s, try to emulate Jada's Pickett at that time. She had the look. She was a fierce actress at that time. Her star was rising. She was on A Different World. Different World. If you don't know what A Different World was, it was about a college campus, or Hellman, that's what it's called, produced by Bill Cosby. Very excellent show. Got a lot of us in college, so that was a good thing. But it was something about Jada that just was like, wow, she's nice. But we didn't see was the other side of Jada. That's what we didn't. That's what we didn't see was the other side of Jada back in the '90s. There's been alleged rumors that she has, slept with a lot of people, particularly allegedly one of the guys in Chris Cross, which is not it. Stuff like that happen all the time, so it doesn't surprise me with allegations coming out. It doesn't surprise me at all. But I remember what one movie I do remember seeing her in that really caught my attention was Jason's Lear. Don't remember the movie in particular. What's going on, Joe Blast? I don't remember the movie real clearly, but I remember a couple scenes. And that scene was when they were in the grass and they start talking and they start rolling around in the grass in the field and everything like that. I said, she is sexy. There's something about this Jada. She had the eyes, she had the look, she could almost look into you, and she was just sexy, very feminine back then. Not saying, very feminine back then. And I remember I seen the movie. I think I was on a date. I didn't think who I was on a date with, but I was on a date when that movie came out to go see Jason Lear. And I was like, man, she's nice. She's nice. I ain't gonna ain't no fronting over here. There's no pretending over here. I was like, oh, I was enamored by Jada Pickett. Jada Pickett at the time. Then you'll see her pop up here and there in other different roles. I can't think of the other movie she was in, um, where she was in, but she was something to at that time to be desired. She had that little fierceness, little fire, but yet it was tempered by her femininity. And then she was in Set It Off. She was in that movie. I remember seeing her in that movie. Great movie. I enjoyed that movie. Little things I didn't care for, but it still was a good movie. She was in that movie. But we begin to see her move around on different movies, different sets, and different shows and things like that. And next thing I personally didn't know what was going on in her personal life. I wasn't studying her like a fan like that. I wasn't a fan like, ooh, what's she doing next, who she's dating and all like that. I really didn't care. I know she was just a person that was on the screen. You know, that was the extent of my seeing Jada. But then next thing I know, I'm hearing about this guy named Will Smith, who was the rapper who was part of Fresh Prince. But before then, I knew him because I used to listen to him, his rap songs back in the day. So I knew who he was. But that he had sent her 100 roses and sent it to a hotel or whatever and put it in her bed. And he was really going all out for this woman named Jada. I'm like, man, this dude going all out. I thought he was just married, but I guess the marriage didn't go out like he planned and they divorced. But now he's doing all this for Jada. I'm like, dude, this dude must really, really, really be digging this girl Jada. I mean, at the time, like, oh, she is fine. She got the hazel eyes or whatever the eyes, and she had that look. She had the shape with a little something, little something she got there. And I said, Will is going all out for this. I was like, man, and then the women start saying, ah. You said I never liked that woman's energy back from the different world days till now. All the women's like, oh, you see what Will Smith did for Jada. He got all these flowers for her, and he covered the whole thing. He was at that time trying to win Jada over, which was what's going on, Tara? What's going on? Cerise, what's going on? He was really trying to win Jada over with all the flowers. Oh, he was singing one of my favorite groups, The Deal. I'll send you roses, full of poses, because I want your love. He was doing the Josie, I'm feeling you. But we found out years later that she did not like Will Smith at all. We found out years later that all this stuff that Will was doing for Jada, she didn't really like him at all. I really wasn't feeling Will. But Will pursued and pursued her and went after her. And, he went after her. He went after her. Oh, I got to have Jada, 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 Jada. Here he can have any woman in the world. Any woman in the world, he chose. He kept going after Jada, doing this. Like I said, he was singing every R&B song that there was. He employed every song. He did everything, and she finally conceded and said, "You know what? Okay, Will, I'll go out with you." Will was happy as a lark. He was running around. He had his career going at the same time, so he was in every Independence Day. Around July 1st. I mean, I'm not July 1st, but around July 1st, June and 4th of July. Will was going to be in the movie. Everybody flooded the movies to go see Will Smith in Independence Day 1, 2, and then you got Bad Boys. You got him doing this. He was in Men in Black. He was making his mark in the community or in the movie industry as a name to be had in a movie. And now we look, Jada was there. She was getting roles here and there. But as we talked about yesterday, go back and listen to yesterday's and the day before yesterday, her star began to slowly eclipse or start his star began to eclipse hers. And he became the household name. He became the one making money. And, I don't know when they got married. I don't know the full story, all that. I'm not trying to be a student of what they was going on. But what we need to look at is this. What we need to look at is Jada really didn't want Will Smith. I know y'all already know it. I know what's going on, Kenosha. We already know it. But sometimes I want to get this game right here. Sometimes a man think he can win. What's going on, Sigma? He can win over a woman's heart when she don't really want him. And she concedes and say, hey, I'm going to be with you. But her heart is somewhere else. Now we found out years later, she was still enamored by Tupac Shakur. She still wanted him. That was her love. That's who she wanted to be. She still loved him. And they saying, I'm just saying, I don't know. Tupac was about getting that. He was about that thug life and everything like that. And I can't see him not on some kind of way. This just my imagination. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Don't come after me. Don't try to sue me or whatever the case may be. Just hypothetically, he didn't do nothing with her. I could be wrong. I don't know everything. And don't come, oh, you said something about me. No, 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 no. I'm just saying, Jada was nice. He was about that life. But I want you to look at this. Even if he didn't do nothing with her, he already imprinted her. This man imprinted her so much so that every man had to come up to the standard or whatever he imagined or whatever he was to her. So Tupac Shakur became the standard for Jada internally of what a man that she wanted. She wanted a man that was on the edge, that was sort of unpredictable, who would speak his mind, who wasn't nice, who could be nice, but was very intelligent, well read, had a history with the Black Panthers and the Black Revolutionaries. So she got exposed to that, and he was able to create, be in the studio all night long and write a rhyme in no time. Contrast to Will Smith, and not that Will Smith is a bad person, he's just a different type of man. He's just a different type of man. So what really got her fire lit was not Will Smith, but really kept her fire going was Tupac Shakur. So I want you to look about this before we even really dive into Jada. Same thing. We need to look at that because that's so true with a lot of women and men. We are choosing people who really don't light our fire. But we're sticking with someone, and I'm not saying that, you need to get that you need to go after that and stick with that because that could have been dangerous for her to continue a relationship or whatever what was going on with them. And it could have led to a life that she could have been easily snuffed out or wherever the case may be. But I want you to look at who really had her heart. Now with Jada, Jada, what do we do with you, Jada? This whole red table situation has, Will was too busy competing with a dead man. You are so with Jada. I'm gonna tell you what the real problem is, and y'all want me to really tell you what the real problem is. I'm gonna tell you why so many men have so many problems with Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm gonna tell you why so many men, some men folks, have so many problems with Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm gonna tell you what the real problem is. And no one's really, I've been listening to a lot of people. I sort of thought about it, contemplated. I was showering, I went on my morning walk, sort of thought about it. The real issue that men have with Jada Pinkett Smith is that you're seeing female nature that is tainted at its best. Jada's not a good wife at all, not even a little bit. Let me say that again. You are seeing sticking and cooking again. You're seeing female nature that is tainted at its best. And what happens is A lot of men say, "Oh, wait a minute, wait, bro. Well, did you see what she said? You see how she doing Will? You see how she doing that?" It automatically put men into a mode like, "Oh shoot, I don't want no Jada." And so a lot of men are like, I'm afraid. I don't know. What you're seeing is female nature that is tainted at its best. And at its best is meaning it is showcased on the red table, and we're seeing how it has no regard first for herself, second of all for her man, and third of all for her family. Let me say that again. First for herself, second of all for her man, and third of all for her family. We're looking at a degree, and this is not all women, so don't y'all get on here, you talking about women like that. No, we're seeing it, and you're seeing it, the foundation of this red table, the legs of it. We talked about 3 legs right there. Selfishness. It's all about me and what I want. Shout out to all the guys getting mad at their nice guy syndrome getting exposed. Right. Don't get, like my grandfather said, don't get mad, just leave. She's revealing how some women think and operate. I ain't mad at her. I am not mad at her. I am LDA, Lawrence D. Adams. You can call me my other name. You can call me my LP. You can call me whatever. I'm telling you, I ain't mad at her. She is exposing her the selfishness at its best. I remember she's a narcissist at best. Right? I remember when she started this red table, and all the women was like, "You go, Jada. You go, Jada. You talking right, Jada. You saying the things I like it. You talking that thing. Yeah, tell them how to do it." She dealt with her issue with her mother, her daughter. You never knew the son never came on. Now the deal, she had Will by his balls and put it inside of her purse on TV and talking about she was in an entanglement. What you're seeing is a version of a lot of women, not all, but a lot of women who identify with that. And some say, no, I don't identify with that. That ain't me. But you're seeing the stench of selfishness at her age. I think she's my age, 50, 51. She's around my age, at its best. And it ain't cute. It ain't the best. She has taken her tolerance of Will Smith and taken her red bottoms, high heels, stilettos, and stumped all over his honor as a man, as her husband, and as the father of her children. This happens, like they say in the rap song, this happens every day. This ain't nothing new. I don't know why people are acting like, oh my God, why did she do that to Will Smith? Why did she do that? Why didn't she come up and help him before he smacked Chris Rock? This ain't nothing new. This sugar and honey iced tea's been happening in multiple communities. And then we were to break it right down. Let me get in your face. It's been happening in the Black community all the time. So I don't know why anybody acting surprised and acting got their panties in a bunch and their bra ain't tight and their wig got a little loose, because Jada is only reflecting how some, not all, women act and respond and have no respect for their men in our community and nationwide. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Let me know if I'm lying, put a 1. If I'm not lying, put a 2. If I'm lying, come on. If I'm lying, put it 2. If I'm a lying, put a 2. If I'm telling the truth, put a 1. If I'm lying, put a 2. If I'm telling the truth, put a 1 in the chat room. All you're seeing is a display of the red table that's been the table in many communities or many households when the men have been disrespected to that degree. This ain't this ain't nothing new. What happens is it became a little bit close to home because prior to this, a lot of people were idolizing Jada and Will Smith. They're the best. They're the super couples. We love them. Look at them. And they're doing it. They're in movies. They're the power couple. Look at him. He's doing movies. He's rapping. He's doing that. And we're the power couple. And what happens is your little fantasy of their quote unquote marriage bubble just got busted because Jada said, I had enough. That's all. This happens all the time. I don't know why people act brand new. I don't believe it. What she did at the Oscars ain't nothing new. Every man has seen that look on their mama's face, if they're married, on their wife's face, or they seen it on one of their dudes' girlfriend's face. They know that look like, nah. When Jada, she laughed, and then she gave that look like she was disgusted. Every man has seen that look before. Either their mama gave it to them, they ain't seen an aunt do it to their uncle. They ain't seen that face before. It ain't new. What it is new is, what really happened is that the fantasy or the veil with them has been exposed. The veil has been exposed with them. Make sure I sent it to him. Yeah, I did send. Okay. The veil has been exposed. That's all that's happening. Now you realize who really controls the relationship, which we already knew was Jada. This ain't nothing new. And what happens is a lot of men went, wait a minute, pause. Wait a minute. Let me get myself together. I don't want a Jada. But say a year ago, a lot of women, I heard them saying, all hail to Jada. She's telling her truth. She's telling how she feels. She's a woman that's been through a lot. She's got into entanglement with a young bull. They were praising Jada, not knowing the collateral damage it was doing to her husband, but it was doing to her family, and it was doing to the brand of the Smiths. It's just real talk. So I thought about it. I said, I can't be mad at Jada. Jada is doing Jada. It's all about her. And if we were to pull back the covers with a lot of situations in your life or the people around you that you know, there's a lot of Jadas in your circle. I can't be mad at Jada. I am not. She's doing what she's being 100% her. And if you look in your life or you see, there's a lot of Jadas, a lot of women. I'm not talking about men here, and I'm being gender specific here because it's Women's Wednesday. There are a lot of women who are in that spot that Jada is. They dog their husband. I seen it one time. I'm trying to, and I cringed when this woman did this to somebody I know. I inside of me, I was like, what? Dude, check your girl. It was disgusting. Only women that praise that tomfoolery are birds of the feather, right? Of the feather, right? But it was disgusting when this woman did that. And I realized she's spoiled and she was selfish. And it was sickening. So anytime I come in interacting with them, I sort of step back. I'll speak, hey, speak to her, give my dude grip, and I keep it pushing. Because I know, like everybody else know, who runs that relationship. But Jada, it's back to Jada. Jada has been, we never think about this, hypothetically, could have been compromising who she was in order to be with Will Smith. I ain't giving her no pass. I ain't giving no cookies. Thank you, Governor. I ain't giving her I ain't giving her cannolis. I ain't getting no sugar-free cookies. She ain't getting none of that. But could it be she's been compromising who she was and who she really is in order to stay in something that was actually killing her? And so what she's doing now, potentially, this hypothetically, allegedly, is slowly destroying everything around her. It made me think of the song, rap song back in the, we headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. We headed for that exactly was it's now it's turning to self-destruct. And I seen recently, this morning, that maybe she said something. She said, I never needed Will to go up there and smack Chris Rock for me to protect me. Oh my God. If you don't shut your freaking mouth, Jada. She said she didn't need Will Smith to go up there and smack Chris Rock to protect her. But apparently Will Smith said, you know what, this is what I gotta do. I gotta do what I wanna do to try to save my family, to prove myself. Catch it to Jada. Best thing Jada can do is not say something in public. She need to go on a fast. This is Ramadan season, Ramadan Marak. This is the time where she need to go on a fast and shut the up. It's lost anyway. He done goofy. Now the same BS, but she does nothing to try to stop him. Right, that juice was not worth the squeeze. Right. So she needs to go. Jada, if you're listening, I know you may be listening. I know you listening. Everybody, they listen. Somebody done told you. Jada, you listen. Don't say nothing. You need to go in the public. I ain't saying nothing in public fast. Don't say every time you say something, you didn't messed up. Biggest thing you could have said was nothing. Don't you say another word. If you want to go creep around and do all that, y'all do that. We already knew y'all was in an open relationship, but go plant a garden. Go get some therapy. Because there's some things you need to work out, Jada. What do we do with you? But you don't need to say another word, Jada. Please, baby. Baby, don't say another word. Please, please. You would have made the situation even worse again. We were trying to get over it. We're trying to get over it. We forgive Chris. We forgive Will Smith. Will Smith was acting out for what's going on. It was going on, Hannibal. We trying to get over Will Smith. But then you come up and say, I didn't need Will to go out there and smack Chris Rock to protect me. See how that goes into the narrative of all those women who said, this is how you protect them. This is how you protect the Black woman. Violence. She went right in the face of some of you women and smacked y'all too. And what she just said. She just smacked the glue out your wig with what she just said. because you thought that Will was protect. She said, I don't need the protection. Shout out to you, Hannah, before the show the super chat right there. You put the 5 on it. She went immediately and then gotcha. She caught y'all right in the mouth too. Because you thought that Will was protecting her. And she said, I don't need his protection. I wouldn't condone him doing that. So now she put Will out there on a string again to hang himself. It's like you cannot win with this woman. Because you know why? And I'm not, this says hell is never satisfied. She is never satisfied. And would he slap Chris, he would go, why didn't you protect me? If he wouldn't have slapped Chris, why didn't you protect me? You right. Come on, Sigma, you're right on the money. So I'm telling you. Jada, what do we do with you? First thing, baby girl, don't say nothing on social media. We don't even know if you really have alopecia. If you do, you might got it in one spot. I don't know. I done seen some other pictures of people who had it. I think I had a family member who had it. And I don't know. No, I'm going to leave that alone. I don't know, Jada. I don't know. You may be pulling the wool over our face, allegedly. I don't know. Jada's mom support her behavior too. Watch out for the women who invite their mothers into the relationship and marriage business. Yup, the apple doesn't fall. Right. So you've seen, even with Jada, good point. Even with Jada, this is a good example. I'm glad you brought that up, Sharice. Men, check and see how her mother treats her father, or the lack of a father, or a lack of a man. Because somewhere she has learned, if she has not gone through some classes or conscious dealt with, she's going to treat you the same way. What's going on, Ted? She's going to treat you the same way her mother treated the man she was with disregard. She's going to do the same thing. You're right. You're so right about that. And then let me say this. Let me drink this water on this. Let me sip this real good. And if her mother is in the business, mothers, you got your own life. You didn't do what you did. Stop messing up, giving faulty advice that do not work, because you can't keep a man. You can't keep a man. That's why the father left, because you were acting crazy. It wasn't him. It was you. Giving faulty advice to your daughters to mess them up because you're miserable. If we really look at it, as good as Jada's mother's look, she looked nice. She got like a little body, she got a little something on there. But where's her man? Where's her husband? Where's her happiness? Where's her life? Her life is her daughter. So she lives vicariously through her daughter. So Jada never got sound advice on how to maintain a healthy relationship with a man. She never got, I'm not making no excuse for her. I'm just giving some clear things that are right. They put it on the red table, so we might as well bring it to the LDA table and talk about it. Plain and simple, Jada, what did her mother teach her? What did oh, Jesus Christ. Do we need to talk about what her grandmother told her? Does anybody in the chat room know what her grandmother told her? If you know, put it in the chat room. What did her grandmother show her? What do we do with Jada? What did her grandmother tell her? Because I want you to think about this. I want you to consciously get your emotions out of the way and think about what we are seeing in front of us. Anybody know what her grandmother did? Told her, let me know in the chat room. Put it in the chat room. Or as I know. I'm going to see if somebody else knows. Independence, yeah, her grandmother said that, but it's something in particular her grandmother said do. This started a cycle of generations of these. She's beautiful. Jada is nice looking, don't get me wrong. Mother's nice looking, but it started a cycle. Thank you, Tara. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's exactly it. Y'all want to know? You got to watch this whole broadcast. Her grandmother told her about self-pleasing. Now she started this woman on the cycle of not. You think about it. I mean, you self please. Okay, great. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But when it becomes a habit and it hinders your way to bond with a person, or it takes you into a place where now you're completely open sexually, where you doing all kind of things, which anybody can do what they want to do. Everybody got their own proclivities and different freaky things they do. But for a grandmother to tell her granddaughter that, so guess who's dealing with all of that? Because now he has put her on the pedestal. He's dealing with not only Jada, he's dealing with him with the mother, he's dealing with now the grandmother. Y'all better catch this. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. But I want you guys to realize I want you to realize, you got to know what you're getting into. Women, you got to look. This Jada gave you a clear example. Did the information that your grandmother and that your mother gave you, was it sound advice? The red table has exposed that, not for Jada and Will, but for you. Was it sound advice that they gave you to sustain or to maintain a relationship, how to maintain a home? They can teach you how to cook the collard greens or the green bean casserole, but did they teach you how to keep a man in the household? Was it sound advice? Was it something that you can stand on? Or was it just saying, you know what? Do what you got to do. Be independent. If you get a man, so be it. Use him for all the money you can get. Get it for his resources. Was that the advice that you got? Jada is just an archetype, if we were to look at it right now, of a lot of women. It's not even by color. She's an archetype of a lot of women. She's now at 50 plus, finally shuffling through the papers of her life and trying to figure this out. Has she made some mistakes? Yes, she has. Is she human? Yes, she has. Yes, she is. Can she make some mistakes? Yes, she has. But I'm going to tell you something now. You need to listen to this. Some things, and I'm guilty of it, and I got checked on it. Some things do not leave the doors of your house. That whole situation with that entanglement, and it looked like Will was very, 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 very much, very, very much, very much like, really? That wasn't acting. He was very much hurt about what took place with her in August. That wasn't no acting. I don't care if y'all say he was acting or whatever. No, that dude's disposition completely changed when she said what took place. She was trying to destroy his career because of the jealousy, from what I see. Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't. All of them was solid. Nothing was solid. A lot of competitive relationships out here. Yeah. Let me say this about Jada. Let me think that whole situation at the red table. He's sitting there when he did like that, and he said, "No, what? You did what?" She said, "An entanglement." Man, that became the new word. I looked it up in the dictionary. I'm like, where you didn't come with an entanglement from? That hurt his heart. I don't care what you say. I don't care what nobody else say. That hurt Will Smith's heart. First of all, it was publicly. Second of all, we don't know the arrangement that they had, and that could have been out of the arrangement that they had took place. But that hurt his heart. That hurt his heart. That right there was like a dagger to his heart. Cracked. And even they might have been trying to work it out or whatever the case may be. She knows she was going to do this red table. He was aware of the red table for him to come on and things like that. But that right there was a dagger to his heart. Some women is only out for themselves and they will destroy everything in sight and still never be satisfied. Oh, y'all getting him. Entangle him. Bust down your son's friend. I'm sure it hurt her son Jaden as well because August was one of his best friends. Right. Think about that. Your best friend then pipe down your mother. It happened before. Trust, don't y'all act like it didn't happen before. It is y'all just didn't may know who was doing what. But the situation has happened before. It ain't new. It's just got exposed on the news. Let me say that again. Fear sorry, you get my point. She is jealous of a man, her own man, and she looks more masculine. Correct. It ain't new. All Jada did was go, this is what's happening in my world, but what's really going on in yours? So what do we do with Jada in these last couple minutes? What do we do with Jada? So you already know the angel number is Jada's birthday, the first, the month, and the day. So you need to find out the month and the day, and that's the angel number for today. The angel number for today is Jada's birthday, whatever the month is and whatever the date. It seems like she was humiliating him, right? See, y'all getting y'all dudes have been hitting friends' aunts for years. True, LDA. Y'all know why y'all acting like it ain't happened. It happened all the time. Happen all the time. But I want you to really get something. Jada is in the place that a lot of women are in. They're in the marriage that they're not happy in. There can be potentially jealous of their husband and his success, and why not her? Her kids are now grown and gone, empty nest syndrome. She still got sexual desires that she's unfulfilled in. She's been given faulty information that's not working for her. And she's at the place of where does she go next? Where does she move next? How does she move next? She's in a brand that now is forever to the day she died will be attached to her. So what does she do next? I am not giving Jada no pass. She doesn't get a free bus pass. She doesn't get a free ticket on Spirit. She gets none of that. But we need to look because a lot of women secretly are in that place. She's secretly in that. I think they. I mean, that's a good question. Allegedly, I don't know for sure because I don't know how old was the entanglement. She was a thug. She won a thug. She needs to be separate from him. That's a good point, but we don't know. We don't know. We don't know if they're separated already because they've been separated before. I mean, nothing was silent in the home where the woman held power as the man, which could even understand the household. Submission is the being seen negative by many. Not saying that you should stay, but is misunderstood. Correct. I mean, so the number today is you know how we do that. It's 9, 10. That's the number. So what we need to look at, a lot of women are in the place of where Jada is. They're in the place of where Jada is. They're caught with faulty information, life done jacked up, they done messed up with their husband, they done humiliate him in public, they done got themselves What does she do now? I'll tell you the first thing she needs to do. And I said it before and I'm repeating it myself. And I want you to really get it. When we understand that man lives double life. Let me say this. She needs to shut the up. She needs to shut up. Don't need to say anything else in public. Cut her social media off because she's doing social media for what? Attention. Because she feels like she's not getting attention from Will. She's not getting the roles that she's just getting. So social media is just for the attention. She needs to shut up. Don't post nothing. Go quiet. She needs to go get some counseling from some real women and get some healing. I'm not saying throw Jada away with the bathwater because the bathwater is already dirty. What I am saying is, as with all of us, there's always redemption. But she needs to be quiet too. She need to go get around some real women and a man to really tell her where she needs to do. She got some internal things that she needs to work out. And it does not include Will Smith. Let me say that again. It does not include Will Smith. It does not include Will Smith. When she works out her internal, and we call them demons, y'all can call them demons. You can have your little demons and devils. When she works out her own issues and not air them in public, then she can go out and go deal with those issues that her and Will have collectively together. The kids are grown and gone. This happens all the time. It just happened to be exposed on the red table. This happens all the time with couples. When the kids get grown and gone, they have to really look at each other. Oh, I don't really like you anymore. You stupid. Or, I did this. I don't. We need to find every couple that's been married a long time, and the kids begin to grow and gone, have to rekindle what they had. So that needs to be dealt. Her and Will need to get together. Then also, once they deal with that, how do we savage? How do we savage the brand or the brand that we have as the Smiths? Are we going to stay together or are we going to separate or are we going to divorce? How are we going to navigate those waters? What's best for me as Jada and you as Will? How are we going to navigate through those situations? What is the repercussions to our children? What is the repercussions to the brand? How is this going to, do I need to go into my direction? What are the results of that? Once they navigate through that, they decide to stay together, or they decide to separate, or they decide to have an open relationship with parameters of who can do what and who can't do what, that needs to be talked about. The next thing that needs to happen with Jada, Will. The next thing that needs to happen with Jada and Will, or with Jada per se, which is very important. She has to deal with her heart regarding Tupac Shakur. She has to deal with her heart with Tupac Shakur. She has to resolve that tape inside of her, of his voice, his music, everything. She has to let him die, not physically, but let him die mentally and emotionally inside of her. She has to allow him to what? die emotionally and mentally inside of her. Because secretly, what we don't hear, what we're seeing glimpses of, is that she's still having a relationship with a man that's already dead. She's having a relationship with a man that is already dead. But how many women are in the same space as Jada and still in the relationship, and the man ain't even dead? He lives down the street with a whole family and a wife and kids. How many women are in the same place as Jada? I'm talking to you, sisters. How many of you are still in a relationship with a person that's around, who lives in an all different state, but you still thinking about him and you reminiscing about the night y'all spent underneath the stars? She has to allow that to die. Because if she does not, no man would ever, thank you, outcast, ever compete with the image that she has on the inside of her. I'm telling you, I'm kidding. I'm trying to help somebody out. This is more. This isn't about Jada. It's about you. What image that you need to let die? What fantasy that you have? Because the reality of it is, will can never ever compete with what's going on between her ears. And as we know on here in the thinking class, because we take accountability, the greatest sex organ is not your genitalias, but the greatest sex organ is between your ears. And especially for a woman, it's the words that you say to her. That's the greatest sex organ there is for a woman. And until that is completely silence, silencio, carete, silencio, carete, there will always be water or troubled waters underneath any relationship she's in. There will always be the possibility of an earthquake happening in Jada's life and the women's life who were in the same situation, because it was never, ever completely dealt with. Never dealt with. Let me read these angel numbers and I'm going to say one more thing. Angel number, and then we did the angel number based on her birthday, which is 918. Angel number 918 suggests that your desired results and outcome will be realized as you continue to live and serve your soul purpose and serve humanity to the best of your ability. That's so on point for Jada. She needs to do that. Embrace your embrace your own uniqueness and self-worth. As when you do not feel worthy, it blocks the flow of energy that manifests and brings the best in your life. Whew, I got something to say about that. Let me read this. Let me see. Did I miss one? Did I miss something of it? When you face life problems, the pressure you compelling contemplating nature, it sees its blue skies, the Florence and the incredible smooth, and eliminates all your negativity energies. You seem to find the best psychological therapy. Okay. Angel number 918, angel number, the guardian angel communicates the word of love to you. If you are single, soon as you meet the person, and that is who with you will share the very strong feeling. So yeah, so it is a lot here. Let me read this. Yeah, hard to compete with a dead man. So I want you to really get this, and we really think about it. I said yesterday that Will had a self worth problem. Who really has a real problem of self worth and self deserving is Jada. She does not listen to me. Listen to me clearly. She does not feel, and I'm using feel and think that she's worthy of having a man that treats her good like Will Smith. Let me say that again. I got 4 minutes. Jada does not feel or think that she deserves a man that treats her well like Will Smith. So she always goes back to the default because her self image, her self degrading self, does not feel that she's worthy of a man like Will Smith. Why do you say that, LDA? Because she wouldn't be on a mission to destroy, but she'll be on a mission to repair. When you don't, and so what happened is it now becomes self sabotaging. She does not feel worthy of it. She's questioning the worth, her worth is not there. She doesn't deserve. Wait a minute, let me say this. Let me say this. She knows that she don't deserve what she has with Will Smith. Y'all men better catch that. Y'all doing some things with women who know they don't deserve it. No, they do not deserve that. Jada, no, I don't care what y'all say, who your mama say, what your cousin say, and what this, she knows she does not feel worthy or deserving. And her emotions, and I gotta go, her emotions are eating away at her. They're eating away at her. She doesn't feel worthy. She doesn't think she's worthy. And she doesn't feel deserving. Even though she puts on this persona that I'm independent, I got it all together, I don't need nobody. Baby girl, we can, if you real people of the game know that she ain't all that in a bag of chips. She got a bag of chips with a bunch of air in it. All that blah 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 blah, all that yap 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 yap. I'm doing this red carpet, red table. Will ain't this and that. We know that if you really about this, she's a target and she's easy to take down because she don't feel good about herself. She doesn't feel worthy of herself or even Will or the treatment or even of Will Smith. All that, yeah, I can do it by myself and I don't need no man and this and that. I got this. Every time a woman starts talking all that kind of stuff, I'm like, I'm Lene and I got plenty. Keep talking, honey, because I'm going to get some money. We already know all that yappity yap yap and all this looking strong on with the one picture with the legs cocked open all and wheels is crossed. Those about that, they don't either two things. Know she's a target and realize I don't want to deal with that. I don't got time to deal with no woman like that. Jada still thinks she got that energy of the 90s, like dude scared of her old jazz. Right? I'm here to tell you, just being real 100%. You got two options. I'm going to tell you. We can tell, are you all that yappity yap, 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 clap, 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 and all that mouthpiece and all like that? You a target? Or we ain't dealing, At this age, especially I don't got time to deal with all that yappity yap, all that clap clap, and I can do all this and the clapping the hands and the wig going talking when you. We don't got time for all that. Boop. Exit stage left. Keep all that yappity yap and talk for somewhere else. Got time for that. It's too much energy. It's too much energy dealing with that. Too much energy. Too much energy dealing with that. Too much freaking energy dealing with a woman who want to do all that. At this age, or at your age, my friend Jada, you need to be humble and eat some pie. And pie and being humble. Because you like feel so, this ain't the 90s, baby. The market price of you has already went down. Just keep it in 100. All you are good for is like, ooh, I've been with Jada. That's all you're gonna be. That's all you're gonna. Anyway. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Join us tomorrow. Go back and watch the other videos. Jada, what do we do with you? I done gave you some. I done Jada. I done talk to you personally, like a big brother. I didn't talk to you. I didn't came to you real talk. I ain't trying to hurt. I'm just trying to keep it real out to you. She should be out taking nature walks. Yeah. I'm real talk, Jada. I'm talking like a brother. Hey, I got nothing but love for you. I ain't mad at you. No, I ain't mad at you. Oh, sorry, that's Tupac Shakur song. God dog it. I'm not mad at you. Sorry, it's a Tupac song. And dear mama, you better talk to your mama again. Jeez Louise. And I wasn't ever a Tupac Shakur fan. I was never. Remember when he was with the Digital Underground? Yeah, you got to go back and watch this today. It's some good things that were said today. Go back and repeat this, share it with a friend, get the likes up, leave a comment after the video. I'm seeing something that's going on with the videos. We gotta correct it. But we are definitely, thank you for the people watching him. Thank you that the numbers are going up. I called it out. The numbers are going to go up even further. You ain't seen nothing yet. This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combines. You got the thinking class. And if you don't get it, it will be Jada's own ass. It would be your own ass fault. With this being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams, and I am about to be. Let me get the picture up. Do I got the picture up? Let's get the picture up with Jada. Yo, Jada, 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 Jada.